Take a deep breath in and exhale. Close your eyes. Keep breathing deeply. As you do that, see yourself going in a place that goes beyond the physical place that you are at. It's a place where our souls are able to meet, acknowledge each other, nourish, celebrate each other. Call this place special, magical, sacred, blessed. Use the word that resonates with you the most. This is your space. This is your meditation, and it is about your life. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, see yourself in the present, surrounded by the entity that you value the most. God, the higher power, the source, the Holy Spirit, whatever it is. Even if it's a meatball and a spaghetti dish, it is perfect even in the imperfection others have about your belief, and even in your own perceiving perception, imperfections about your belief. If that is the belief that you have right now, is the perfect one for this meditation today, right now. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare that it was the wise decision to step up into this space. By having done so, you have allowed the opportunity to give yourself the gift for your mind to become sharper and more precise, for your spirit to become stronger, and your heart to become more loving. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go the attachment of how does that work? Will it work for me? Do you realize that if those questions came into you, it's already working? It's already perfect. Because why would you won't be deserving that it works for you? Whatever it is that shows up in your mind because of that, take it as a part of the message for today. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare that you are willing and able to make the most of this time and from your life. Declare that you are receptive toward your message for today. Declare that you receive your message as your ally, and you interview it with curiosity. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go all attachment to a specific way or form. Are you keeping in mind that the message could show up as a thought, memory, body sensation, a particular emotion, toward me or toward others, toward yourself, toward the circumstances? Everything goes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare that you are willing to let go every attachment to a specific message. Is that message an option? Could be. Why not? Could you be interpreting a delay as a denial? Could be. Why not? Are you keeping in mind that the universe is infinite? Infinity rule. Infinity rule. Therefore, in a universe that is infinite, what if, right now, you consider the possibility that the message that shows up, regardless if it was the one that you wanted or not, is the one that will allow you to learn, grow, and evolve the most at this specific time. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel the peace that a brief time of taking deep breath gives you. And as you keep breathing deeply, declare that from freedom you transform. How do you negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, observe which came first. A thought, a memory, a body sensation, a particular emotion. Any of that is attached to the past, is attached to your present circumstances, or is focused only on your future. Any of that inspire you or despair in you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Are you feeling the impulse to tell me how a great negotiator you are? Thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you. However, is it possible that you're only considering the vocational area? Is it possible that you are only considering negotiating with others? What about considering other areas? Financial, familial, physical, mental, social, spiritual. What about considering negotiating with yourself? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go anything that could be overwhelming. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, keep in mind this meditation is about expanding your sphere of consciousness, expanding your sphere of awareness, raising, expanding your level of alertness. And by being here, you are doing that. What a lovely gift. Thank you for being here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Look into your past. Could it be in any moment of your life that you perceive you didn't negotiate intelligently, or you didn't negotiate, fill the blank. What is the adjective that you are describing the way you negotiate? Which labels did you place on yourself because of that what you perceive as a bad negotiation? Which labels others told you that you have been becoming for accepting that business, that negotiation, and you allow all those labels to remain in you? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, see yourself looking at your self-image and removing all those labels. Relax. You can put them back if you want. However, the question is, what if By doing this, you become an even greater negotiator. Would you do it? So remove all those labels that are attached to perceived perceptions of the past. What if you are looking only at one side of the coin? What if you are looking at how that didn't work for you or for others? Take a deep breath in and let go from you all remorse, shame, guilt, any emotion that is disturbing you right now. Put them in front of you because they are essential part of the message. Take a deep breath in and relax, because whatever it is most important for you to remember, you will remember. It's okay. It's perfect. Do you realize that transformation has already started? It started at the moment that you gave yourself permission to step in to this space. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? If you are feeling the impulse to tell, I do not need to transform, how do I negotiate? Because I am a great negotiator. Is it possible that you are overlooking the conditions that are coming? Is it possible that you are considering only one area of your life where you believe that you are a great negotiator, but you, in other areas of your life, your family, for example, think you are stubborn and you don't know how to negotiate with them, for example? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? Do you feel free to negotiate? Take a deep breath in and exhale. The question is, do you realize that if in any area of your life you perceive that you aren't free to negotiate, you quit in some way or the other to negotiate with conditions or people or even with yourself? Is it possible that you are overlooking the ways that you negotiate with yourself? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? Look into the future. Is it possible that, for example, in your physical area, you are thinking that since your family all have fill the blank, and right now all of them have fill the blank, therefore you fill the blank? Is it possible that you accepted the deal that you were given? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? What if right now you choose to ask yourself, what do I accept and what do I reject? What do you accept and what do you reject? possible that when you are negotiating with others, you are fearless, very meticulous, going in what to accept and what to reject? And when you are telling yourself things that could be lies, for example, or that could be misinterpretations of your past or your present circumstances, for example. Could it be that you accept those as a done deal? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? Look into your future. Which future are you looking at? One limited by the past? One limited by your perceptions of the past? One limited by your perception of the present circumstances? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? Are you considering negotiations as only things that involve money? Do you believe negotiation is more than that? The question is, are you willing to review how are you negotiating with yourself? And how are you negotiating with present conditions? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom, I transform. How do I negotiate? Look into the future. How do your future self negotiate with others in every area of your life? Physical, financial, familiar, mental, social, spiritual, vocational. How does that look like for you? Look into your self-image right now. Is that self-image able to do that you just thought about? Keep removing labels and be willing to question them right now or later, as you wish. As you wish. As you wish. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Is it possible that right now, under your present circumstances, you have stopped negotiating with fill the blank? Which kind of people, which kind of conditions? Does that mean that you did wrong or that you did right? I don't know. But what if you choose to review and become aware of the reasons behind the reasons? Could it be that you stop negotiating with fill the blank because they remember you to fill the blank? Or that you have labeled them as fill the blank? Do you realize when you stop listening to other people's ideas or projects is a way to stop negotiating? Do you realize that when you believe every perception of your past is absolutely true? It's a way that you stop negotiating with yourself. Take a deep breath in. And exhale anything that could be overwhelming. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, feeling yourself full of gratitude for the awareness that this meditation is allowing you to expand in your sphere of consciousness, to expand your sphere of awareness, to expand and raise your level of alertness. By being here, your future has transformed. Isn't that lovely? That by you choosing to step up into this place, you are allowing yourself to outgrow your limiting beliefs and put yourself in a place where you can negotiate from a higher view, from a higher perspective. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare that you adjust your perspective about who you are. And from a place of love, you negotiate. I adjust my perspective about who I am. And from a place of love, I negotiate. How does that look like for you? Weak or powerful? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? What if you choose to ask yourself, what do I accept and what do I reject? And keep asking that question over and over during the day. What do I accept? What do I reject? And see the justifications that you give yourself for what you accept or for what you reject. Relax. You can keep accepting whatever it is that you want to accept, and you can keep rejecting whatever it is that you want to reject. However, do you realize that when you allow yourself to expand your consciousness about what you are doing, you start negotiating different with yourself and with others? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Do you believe you're free to negotiate? Or do you believe you have to accept the conditions that you have been given because of fill the blank? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Are you aware that in order for you to step up into new levels of service, profits, health, freedom, and greatness, in whichever way you value the most, your willingness to review the way that you are negotiating with others or with yourself, in business or with family, in events or with your body, allows you to transform your life. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel free to negotiate with yourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, remember that just because you haven't negotiated, fill the blank with your style. You can choose to do differently from now on. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare, I adjust my perspective about who I am. And from a place of love, I negotiate to go for outstanding. I adjust my perspective about who I am. And from a place of love, I negotiate for outstanding for myself and others. How does that look like for you? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform, how do I negotiate? From freedom I transform, how do I negotiate? Is it possible that you are feeling stuck in any area of your life because your focus has been in selling your products, selling your ideas, selling your systems, selling yourself, instead of listening to what others have to say? Is it possible that what you perceive as a failure is teaching you there is the possibility that you have doing things inverted? Not wrong, only different. You choose the side that was supposed to be first, you choose to let it as last. Take a deep breath in and let go everything that could be overwhelming. Do you realize that even whatever it is that you perceive has been a failure, the wrong negotiation, have the potential to allow you to learn, grow, and evolve even higher? What if all those moments were needed for unfolding the masterpiece you are? Do you consider yourself a masterpiece? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, declare, I adjust my perspective about who I am. And from a place of love, I negotiate with myself to unfold the masterpiece I am. I adjust my perspective about who I am. From a place of love, I unfold the masterpiece I am. Declare, I adjust my perspective about who I am. And from a place of love, I am going for outstanding. How does that look like for you? How does that make you feel? Deserving or unworthy? It's part of the message. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Do you realize the importance that you feel free to negotiate? Is it possible that you have allowed some of your thoughts to lead you into belief that you are constrained and that you have to accept fill the blank? Is it possible that what you consider a failure have teach you to go and negotiate for outstanding? Do you realize that when you ask for little, some people will try to give you even little than that? From now on, I am going for outstanding. How does that look like for you? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? What if you choose to review your biggest business? Do you know which is your biggest business? Your biggest enterprise? Your life. Your life. Are you negotiating with yourself to go for outstanding and unfold the masterpiece you are? Or are you negotiating attached to all those limiting beliefs that you were told and you believe? Take a deep breath in and exhale. From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? From freedom I transform. How do I negotiate? Blessings.